Welcome back. More than 100 firefighters in the city of Columbus are currently battling cancer. And just this year, the state of Ohio passed legislation recognizing cancer as a work-related illness.
Yeah, it provides firefighters who have cancer with workers' compensation benefits and money for medical costs. Hattie Hawks joins us in the studio this morning. The numbers are unbelievable, Hattie. Firefighters getting cancer at just an alarming rate.
Yeah, it really is unbelievable. Just another thing to add to the list when it comes to risking their lives to keep us safe. 1 in 10 firefighters on the Columbus Fire Department are battling cancer. Some fought and won, others didn't make it. Today, I introduce you to Rodney Lee. He talked to me about his love for the job and the worries for his family in this week's Fighting 126. 2 years ago, Rodney Lee ran into burning buildings until the battle of his life put him behind this desk.
I felt like that I was where I needed to be.
Rodney Lee enjoyed being a firefighter.
And I felt like I could make a difference in my community.
He worked 5 years with the Air Force and 15 with the Columbus Fire Department.
The way I felt when I was on the truck and when I was doing what I was trained to do, I felt good about it.
After decades of being exposed to chemicals from burning plastic and smoke, doctors diagnosed Lee with bone cancer.
That I was going to fight it with every fiber of my life.
But the fear of what would come would never compare with the fear of what he might miss.
Knowing that I wouldn't be there to see her get married or see her have her children or not see any grandchildren. Those were things that I couldn't control, and that was the hardest thing to try to overcome in my mind.
Talking about the future is tough.
We do talk about what life would be like without me. We talk about, make those plans.
The cancer will never go away, but Rodney Lee manages. He eats well and exercises as much as possible. Still, as he moves forward, he can't help but long for his purpose.
I feel like I should be there. I should be there watching her back and, them watching mine like we did.
Rather than running in behind them, he's walking beside his brothers. Much like his battle with cancer, one step at a time. Such a similar story for so many people around our state even. Now, you can help our local heroes battling cancer by donating to the nonprofit. It's called Skin Love. It was created by a young firefighter who's also facing terminal cancer right now. Really has made it his life mission to help these guys after he was put behind a desk. But really incredible just to hear so many stories. And a lot of them aren't telling anyone that they have cancer. They're still running into the buildings to try to keep us safe.
Because it's so important for them to do that job.
And they're so young, too. I mean, these aren't
incredible.
They're not 60, 70 years old here.
No, there is, in fact, one firefighter that I'm talking with that will bring this story to you in 2 weeks. He's 35 years old, and he has terminal cancer, 5 kids, and you just hear so many of these stories. Sadly, a lot of them, they have passed away, and they are still trying to work to protect themselves going into the future. We'll be talking about that, too.
Wow.
Just incredible. So important to tell those stories. Hattie, thank you.
Yes, thank
Hopefully
you,
a lot of people step up to try to help out, too.
Please join us every Wednesday morning. We're going to introduce you to another member of the Fighting 126. You can also visit NBC4i.com to read and watch more of Hattie's month-long series.
I mean, you really just can't